Hey, look, there's a little better view. Hey, look at that. It works, it works, it works. Now you gotta let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me, all of that stuff. If I can get the comments in here. We are rocking and rolling on this. What is it? What, I don't even know what today is. I don't have my... Friday the 14th. Friday the 14th. And we're on our way to DAX. It is beautiful 80... No, it's not 89 degrees. That's not how fast somebody's driving right now. I don't know. 63 degrees. Beautiful out. Beautiful sunny day. How are you? Checking in. Let me know where you're at, where you're from. I guess that's the same thing. What's in your cup? How the weather is. So, newsflash, we're on a road trip. We're going to DAX Show in Tinley Park. While we are here, this is the first time that we're driving this where I'm not driving. Traditionally, I drive, and Corey's a passenger. And I realized that Corey's high maintenance. We've got a cup of ice. We've got a cup of ice water. We've got an energy drink. And I think that's it. So, we've got a 2-hour drive, and there's 3 vessels. Is that typical? I'm not going to say typical for a woman, but is that typical for road trip? I've got 1 drink, and that's just it. And then I think there's crackers and cookies and cakes and everything else. It's like we're going on a wilderness hike for a month, but we're only driving 2 hours. So we'll see how that rolls. But I'm like, God, she is typical. What is that? The suburban mom starter kit where you've got your 3 vessels, your cross bag, your tissues, all that other stuff. So let me know how that is, and we'll see how it is. So I think I can check in and go from here. The other thing I'm going to need from you is your 5 things. So we're going to talk about how this week has went for us, our 5 things for the day, because we do have some stuff to do. But it's kind of different because I've already sent in artwork for stuff. I've already ordered stuff to be delivered today. I've already ordered stuff to be picked up. So I've already taken care of that. But we're going to check in first, see how everybody is doing, and then I should be good to go here. Darren, there we go. Good morning. Not much on the list. Trying to take it easy. Ooh, hernia surgery. Darren, you didn't say nothing about that on Wednesday, did you? Were you here on Wednesday? Hernia surgery? How are you doing from that? What's recovery time on that? Brian's got 60 degrees, Mountain Dew, embroidery, banner designs, positives, laser nameplates, and video editing. Ooh, that video editing. We were talking about that. Brian, I'll send you the guy that I was going to work with. I'll send you his Instagram stuff because it was super reasonable. And I think if he has it again, it might be something you might want to look into, because that's the same one I'm going to try, and we'll see how that all plays out. Let's see. Barb, good morning to you from north and central Minnesota. 38 and sunny, water in the cup, and sun changes everything. Jerry, good morning to you. It is an awesome day. It is an awesome day. Barb's 5 things. She's got customer pickups. She is going to clean the shop. She has embroidery. She's got quotes, and she's got to order supplies and blanks. Jerry, good morning. You've got T from Ohio. And Todd and Corey, yeah, who is this FU Facebook user? So Facebook and StreamYard don't always play nice together. And when that happens, guess what? We don't see who you are. So the way that you can fix that is if you just head over to fatdadlive.com. Head over to fatdadlive.com. That will get you into our YouTube channel, and then we'll at least be able to see what your handle is from there. And let's see where I skipped that down and it kind of moved around from there. Broken Fence. Now, Broken Fence, who are you again? Remind me who that is, because it'll take me a few times, but you're on your way there now. Yeah, so we're on our way. We'll be there about 10 o'clock. I think 10:06, but that was with me, not leading the helm, but me putting it there. So I don't know, Speed Racer is probably going to get us there in about 7 minutes, I think. I think that's what it says right now. It says we'll get there about 10 o'clock. So we'll get there at 10 o'clock right when the show opens, and then we'll go from there. We might even, I don't know, we were kind of looking at, I might do a class tomorrow. So if we want to do lunch, like a 2 o'clock lunch up at the deli, what do you think about that, Renee? Like a 2 o'clock lunch up there today? Because I think we should be able to bang through it in 4 hours of stuff, and then we can set up for stuff after that. But go up there, have a bite to eat, and then eat again later, and then we got the the after party that we'll throw down in the hotel lobby or hotel bar. So that'll be great. GPK from Sweden, good to see you. And I'm clear over there. I'm clear across the pond. I love that. Yeah, phone wasn't thrown in the back seat. So last year, was that last year's show? Last year's show, I tried going live, and I couldn't get it to work. Anything I did, so I swore, and it ended up way back there because I just tossed it. I chucked it. This time, not so much for it. So yeah, that's a plus right there for it. Driver needs to be prepared. Apparently so. Which is what's what's interesting to me is Corey is drinking an energy drink, and that is not typically something that she does. But she found these energy drinks, and was it Long Beach? Is that where we found it at?
Yes.
It was in. It was in when we were at Long Beach at the Impressions Expo show. We were sitting there. We had a table full of people, just kind of hanging out, talking. And one of the I don't know, one of the event workers says, "Hey, do you guys want to try some of these energy drinks?" And they had a whole stack of them. I'm like, "Sure." And so they're more like a health conscious, naturally flavored one. They're Alania. This is what it is, Alania. And this one is caramel apple or witch's brew, and it legit tastes like a caramel apple. So it is. It's her energy drink of choice. So I was pleasantly surprised that they have one that tastes like a dreamsicle. That's phenomenal. So yeah, if you're looking for an energy drink that's a naturally flavored one, that's what you go with. Now me, I got my Monster, so we can't break that thing from it. All right, next up. Yeah, funny you go, Corey. That's what Jerry said. We have a whole cooler road trip. Yeah, but like, is this a road trip? Like, I don't take this when we go down to Peoria. Like 2 hours isn't a road trip. This is a drive. But I guess this is kind of a road trip. But it is. We'll typically do that where it's, especially when we have the kids. The roads in Illinois are a wonky donkey, man. So typically we'll have the bag of snacks, and like I said, especially when we have the kids. So it'll have crackers, cookies, beef jerky, stuff that's not going to get all sticky in your hands and that's easily accessible. That won't leave your hands. Like the Cheetos are a no-go. You're not doing Cheetos, but things like that. And so like my cutoff is like 6 hours. 6 hours cutoff. I'll drive. Anything more than that, we're flying. That's just how it is. Barb says that Corey sounds well prepared to me for traveling. She's the brains of this operation. When it comes to travel, she handles it all. She takes care of rental cars, she takes care of flights, she takes care of Airbnbs, hotel arrangements. She does all of that. That is kind of like her thing. Yeah, I honestly think she should look at being a travel agent because she really has a knack for it and really loves doing it. So maybe I can talk her into that, because then even more stuff becomes, business related. Good morning. Is that Kelly? Kelly, good morning. Good morning, Kelly. Where is that? Renee says, can't wait to see you both soon. 61 on the way to 82. Yeah. With a chance of snow on Sunday. I know, isn't that ridiculous?
Is it really?
Yeah. Rain and snow on Sunday. It's ridiculous. 5 things. Pack, press a shirt, grab coffee, drive to Tinley, learn. Love those 5 things. Those are great 5 things for it. Let's see. And look, Kelly. Hey, Kelly, you're on a plane. That's right. Kelly, you got classes in New Jersey this weekend, right? New Jersey this weekend. How's that for you? Matt and Jenny, Broken Fences Signs. So Matt and Jenny, look for us. I'll be in the Fat Dad shirt, and that's what we got. We got new logos. There it is. I gotta go this way with the new logos. Fat Dad, because we're doing a little. Why is the camera right there? So I need to. There it is. There it is.
And as a reminder, we don't necessarily know what y'all look like in these tiny pictures.
Fat Dad Print Co. That's what we're changing. We're swapping some branding up. It was what we had planned to have done this week by today, so we could drop everything, but not necessarily all the way there. And why is that? Because this week has been a crazy week. And what does that mean? All right, so let's start the week. I ordered a head for Dirk. That was for the Roland Versacam. It's just been giving me hassles. The cyan black head. And I've known it for a while. So I'm like, all right, fine. It's finally gotten to that point where I just need to replace it. Okay, cool. So ordered that up. So, that was $600 for it. Okay, we got that one ordered up. Then Tuesday, we printed Monday. And then, was that Monday night when all the issues started happening? Because when did I go down to Peoria? Well, that was Tuesday. Yeah, so Monday afternoon, started having issues with DTF printer. The white was just giving me hassle after hassle after hassle. And I knew I had a lot of stuff coming up. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to order ahead. And it was too late in the day on Monday to order a print head, so I would get it on Tuesday. So I made the call, and I drove down and got the head, which is, hour and a half from us. So, no big deal. Got down there, 7:15, was back, was back at home base by 9:15 and start going. So put everything in, and yeah, come to find out that a headboard is fried, which took out another head. So at the end of the day, this is what we need. We need another head, and that head, was $1,400. So he spent $1,400 on a head, and then that head fried. So that was just like throwing $1,400 out the window. And now I need a new headboard and another head. I'm not 100% sure what it's all going to end up costing me, because nobody in this U.S. has a headboard in stock. They're all waiting on them from China. So my great friends over at American Print Supply, who we got our DTF printer from, they're helping us out by printing all of our jobs. So that's why there's no rush services right now. They're taking care of us, printing all of our jobs. Are we making money? No. Are we losing money? It's debatable. Are my customers getting jobs? Yes. And that's, at the end of the day, what needs to happen. Is I can't not let my customers go without, because they'll go somewhere else. So if I've got to take the hit on it, then fine. So while we were talking with our tech, he said, here, I'm doing an install, but I'm going to be back here. I think it's today or tomorrow. He's going to be back from the install. He's going to pull a headboard off of one of his machines, ship it out to me, and then when a new one will be sent to me, just ship it back. So, how awesome is that? And that's what I say. If you're looking at getting into DTF printing, there's a couple things to remember. It's not cheap, right? It is not cheap to own a commercial DTF printer. A head is, $1,400, and you're going to, we're on number 1, 2. Let's see, 1, 2 came within 3, 4, 5, 6, we're on 6. And so we've had it just a little over a year. They're consumables. So, the more you print, the more it's going to break down. And it's traditionally the white one. The white one is just not good. So they're going to put a filter on the line. We're going to try some other stuff. But yeah, it's just not a good thing. So we anticipate being back up our full capacity middle of the week-ish next week. But in the meantime, we're still able to take orders, still able to do that, still able to rock and roll with that. So that was Wednesday's debacle, was just trying to figure all of that out. And then my head came in for the VersaCam, and I really wasn't in the right headspace to do that. I said, what, I'm already frustrated with this other one. I'm not going to do this one now, because you know what happens when you're frustrated. You screw things up. So print head came in, and I said, I'll just tackle that today. Or that was yesterday. So I got orders out, and then there was a couple rush things that came in that we didn't realize dates on, because a couple teams started earlier, which meant I had to get artwork and stuff done out faster. So that threw things off. Yeah, it is windy. You can see that truck's rolling around. So it's got to be a little breezy outside. But I was able to get the print head. So got that installed, and everything seemed to be going okay. And then I started I started dropping colors, and what I think was that there is a pinhole in one of the lines, or the new damper had issues, but changed that out. And then I noticed my alarm going, and I was low on magenta and yellow. Now, here's the thing, this is about 4:59, which meant that I could not run over to Wensco and get new ink. So I had to order all that up, and it'll be in here. Krista's actually going to go pick it up for us today, but I had to order that up. So I ordered up new blades, ink, media, that stuff. So there's another $450 or whatever. So VersaCam spent just about $1,000 on that in the last week. On the DTF printer, about $4,000. So in a week's time, $5,000 worth of stuff. Yeah. Be a business owner, they said. It'll be amazing, they said. So yeah, not always sunshine and rainbows. And there's days that you want to call it quits, and then there's days where everything seems to work out just fantastically. And we've got a couple other things in the works that we're going to do. We've got a lot of people to talk to up here at DAX, which is crazy. Like besides meeting people, we're going to talk here. So here's where you can find us booth-wise. Talked to Patrick last night from Caesar. We're going to stop by their booth, see what we can do with them. We're going to talk to Rob and Sean over at American Print Supply. That's who our DTF vendor is, and I cannot. There's not enough good things I can say about them. So I'm going to make sure to let them know, hey, if somebody has any questions, come find me. I'll do my best to answer that. We've got our friends Clay and David, and I'm not sure. I think it's just Clay and David that's coming. But from Corel Trainer, which, if you need some software and you need some training with it, Corel Trainer is definitely one to look at. You can use some other things that you're able just, to hit buttons and it'll do it for you. But if you actually want to know how stuff works and, the behind the scenes things on it and how to create your own macros, things like that, then you definitely want to check out the guys over there at Corel Trainer. What?
That license plate said "use buzz off."
That license plate said "use buzz off." Maybe you saw it over the corner. Let's see. Who else we got? Aaron will stop by, our success group. Hello, it's home base. We got to stop by and see that booth. Check in with them, see how they're doing. I know Aaron's teaching quite a few classes this weekend, so we'll make sure to stop in there. We'll make sure to get over to the Trouble Me Not booth with Katie. If you're doing any embroidery, I would 100,000% check that booth out. Katie is a wealth of knowledge, especially on the Melco stuff, so definitely stop in and see there. And I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. And if I am, I'm sorry. Oh, yes, we'll be there. We're going to be invited. Yep. I got them. But that's where we're going to be. And then, hey, the rest of the time it's going to be learning and checking things out. So if you are going to the show, what are you looking forward to seeing? What are you looking forward to learning? And then where can we go with that? Renee says, I like lunch and I like that deli. That just means I actually have to stay until 2. What do you mean you have to stay until 2? You have to stay in the show until 2? What else were you going to do? What else were you going to go? Let's see where we're going. Yeah, you're staying the night, right? What are you doing? Yeah, you're staying the night. I'm sure you are. The mimosa one is good. Ooh, Facebook user, who are you? So I know the mimosa one. She said there's the Alani.
There's it's Alani, but
Alani, that's the
name of it. I have a mimosa one in the fridge at home, but I haven't tried it yet.
She said she has a mimosa one in the fridge. She just hasn't tried it yet, so we'll get there on it. We have the kids too. Awesome. I believe Sarah Risser is coming, and she's bringing her kids as well. So looking forward to Matt and Jenny. I'm looking forward to meet a lot of them. Yes, we did. So the funny thing is, so we went to pick it up yesterday, and we had the option of a Buick Enclave or a Suburban. And Corey's like, we don't need a big ass Suburban, so let's go with the Enclave. And Buick's always had the it's an old person car. Fun fact: last night, after Corey driving it around, she's like, I'm kind of digging this. Like, really, which is odd because if anybody knows, anytime we go out, we've been in the market for a vehicle for the past 2 years since 2020. And now she's gonna honk at somebody because they're deciding to try. They're barely passing the semi. Like the speed limit's 70, and we're going 71. In the left lane, and that does not make for a happy Corey. She's not honking. Her hand. She was so wanting to though. Go away. But when we've been looking, so I said, well, here's the best thing to do. Anytime we want to go on a road trip, anything like that, let's just rent some, and we'll see how it is. So we've had the Durangos, we've had the Highlanders, we've had the trucks, we've had the RAV4, we've had, and it was like, ooh, that's too small, that's okay, this just doesn't ride right, this isn't comfortable. So in this, she's like, ooh, I kind of dig this. And I'm not mad at it either. So we'll see how she likes the weekend, but this definitely has made the short list of things to have, because it does have a third row. When the third row is up, it does have a small, but we wouldn't be using it all the time. So yeah, that's the Buick Enclave is what we got. George, good morning to you. Your stuff I think I got shipping information. So your stuff shipped out, should be to you, man. Yeah, it sucks, Jerry, but that's just part of it. What's up, Chuck? Good morning to you. Glad you didn't miss us. Look at that, George. See, when you just sign in the YouTube side of it, you can see it right there. Then you're all set, ready to go. Yeah, a costly week indeed. And here's the thing: is like on some of our good orders that we have, we're just not making much off of it. So it's gonna be, March is gonna be a hurtful. But the good thing is we have quite a few jobs in the works where it'll make up for it, because March is when we start picking back up things, for spring sports, recitals, things like that. So it's okay if there's any month for it to happen in. March is a good month for it all to happen in. Enjoy. Say hey. What? No, it's a toll road. No toll road here in toll roads. That's another farce. Hey, say here. Who? Say hey. Enjoy. Say hey. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? One of these, I'm coming to the pond to one of your shows. That would be phenomenal. I think if you're going to do any of them, especially if you're on the apparel side of things, you might as well go all in and head to the Long Beach show. Let me get that out of there. Head to the Long Beach show in January because it is probably the biggest apparel show, and that's what it is there. Right, where are you on the road to? I'm on the road to the DAX Apparel Show in Chicago. So that sign got effed up. But yeah, we're headed there now, driving and enjoying that. So sad not going to Tinley Park. Who is this? That's not sad. Who's sad? Who's not going to Tinley Park? But for us, I do believe I'm going to swing into a class tomorrow. I think I'm going to take Carrie Combs' DTG, DTF class, everything you want to know about it. Why? Because there's always something to learn, and I think there's going to be some great information in there. And, in that way, if somebody asks, real world experience, hey, I'll do my best to help with it. But, Kim, why? You should, Terry's here for one night. You could have just snuck in his carry-on and just stayed, right? I see how important we are. Besides, it's only going to be like 80 degrees, so perfect weather for you. It's not. Jeez, God. You don't realize how garbage stuff is until you're on a camera. Wow, man, Illinois roads at it again. So, so show-wise, that's what we got going on today. We're going to hit the show. We're going to, there it is. We're going to hit the show. We have, I think, the class tomorrow that we're going to go ahead and attend to. There's vendors that we're definitely going to talk to. Hey, remember, this is something that Corey reminded me earlier. But a lot of you, your pictures are this big on things, or they're pictures of cats or dogs or your kids. So I have no clue what you look like. Now, you know what I look like because we're live so much, right? I'm wearing a bright blue shirt, bright blue hoodie, and if I'm not wearing this, it'll be an orange t-shirt. But come find me, come up, say hi, don't be scared. Somebody said when we were in Long Beach, they were intimidated. I'm like, why? Look, I don't understand why. I'm pretty easy going, pretty easy to talk to. I think I'm very easy to conversate with, to be honest with you. So we've got that to swing by. Plans are, like I said, I think if you're there, find us probably about 2:00. We'll run up to there's a deli that's right pull into the convention center. I'm trying not to break stuff here. There's a deli that's right by the convention center for Tillo's. It's just right. It's like literally outside the convention center, and it is an amazing deli. We make it stop every year, and we figure, if we do that at 2:00, so you're back by 3:30. Catch the back hour and a half of the show, and then you can have the dinner that starts at. I think it starts right after 5, 6 o'clock. The dinner starts. And then if you're staying, hey, go check into your rooms, go, get freshened up, whatever you need to do, and then head back down to the hotel bar because that's kind of where we need the after party. Now, we've done it in years past, like where we've went over to Buffalo Wild Wings. The problem is it's gotten busy, so when things were going on, you're trying to get all these people together, and they were just spread out, and it was a lot. By doing it in the convention center, by doing it in the convention center bar, you're there with just about everybody that was there for that. So there's a good mix of people. The other thing too is when you go to those events, like if you're going to like that, there's nothing really there, but hey, it's the hotel bar. That's where you're going to find, some of your vendors that are off the trade show floor, so they're not in sales mode. A lot of them are just, they'll conversate with you and have any, give you anything, information you need. Don't try and, make it all about you and make it all kinds of craziness. that way you're able to, let them enjoy their time as well. So, make sure you're giving as much as you're taking, giving information, giving thoughts. I remember one of the first ones I had, and it was at DAX Tinley Park, that's where we met David Shaw, from Ace Transfer. And I had no clue who he was, but we were just, chit-chat and talking about stuff and kind of find out, he was the owner of it. So we had some really good conversation about it. So, here, always be open to talking to people, things you want to bring to the table, things you want to talk about, do that. They're always open to ideas, and don't be afraid of stuff. I know that a-hole up there was pulling off going super slow. Corey just had to slow down below the speed limit because somebody decides to merge and then doesn't have stuff there. Oh yeah, Renee, you thought I meant tomorrow for lunch. That's stayed till 2. No lunch today, because I guess we could do lunch tomorrow. But I think I gotta look and see what time that class is. I think the class is from like 12 to 1:30. So, and I think the show floor is only tomorrow 11 to 3 or 10 to 3 tomorrow. I think that's right. 10 to 4. Maybe it's 10 to 4. But no, I was thinking lunch today. We get it through the trade show floor, do some stuff, and that way, we can go from there. So that's what I was thinking. Lunch tomorrow. Yeah, because the dinner. If you haven't been to a DAX show, the dinner, it's a dinner, but it's more of an appetizer dinner. That digital mirror is weird as shit because I can see it over on my side and see everything. Yeah,
I know.
So you've got I don't know, if you've been in a car yet with the digital mirror, those are pretty tripped out. This is I think this is the first one that we've had with it. And so it is kind of
because I can't see these
seats. Because you can't see the back seat, you just see out the back. You just see the back camera view, and it's definitely a trip. You can turn it off, but it's weird to sit on my side and look over there to see it. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. But yeah, talking lunch today about 2 o'clock, if that sounds good. If they're, I'm hoping we learn lots too. A lot of it on my side is going to be vendor connections, because there's some people that we talked with about. I don't think they had a choice. I think the wind took them. That we talked about with having, what can we do together? How can we promote each other? How can we, work things out? What kind of partnerships can we form? So I'm really looking forward to seeing what we can do with that. Because remember, 2023 for us, it was going to be the year that I really pushed on the affiliate side of things. That I really focused on the content side of things. Which reminds me, I can't post the link now. So go to the group page, and it's in there. But the Shirt Lab Summit is happening next week. There is a free sign up for it. If you click on my link for it, it is our affiliate link, and you happen to sign up for any of the extras. If you take the extra stuff that's on there, whether that's signing up for what is this dude doing? Oh yeah, plenty of time, dude. If it's signing up for any of the add-ons, they have the recordings, to have access to that. Sign up for the Shirt Labs. You're able to then go ahead and we earn a little bit of commission from it. But you can sign up 100% for free. There's over 50 people talking, so 50 people are going to be a part of this, and it's covering a lot of stuff on the customer journey, customers in your business. So it's very, very informative on it, and I was so honored to be asked to be a part of it again. So we're a part of it there. Like I said, if you look and see some of the information, we'll make sure you do. I'll post a link today. I'll go grab it, and I'll post the link in the group. I'll post it everywhere there so that you can go see it and be able to put it on there. Because hey, it is what it is. And Gary, when we were talking about little pictures and that, she goes, "That's the reason I didn't recognize Corey." Fun story. When we were at when Corey was at Texas at which show? TumblrCon. At TumblrCon, her and Jerry met, and Jerry actually came up to Corey and asked who Corey was. And Corey's like, "It's me." So it's one of those things that's the great thing. And for me, that's how I'm like, here's what I'm wearing, here's what I am, come find me, and we'll be there. We'll be sporting a new hat, because I do believe Renee has some hats for me, and I'll make sure to post pictures of that. So if you need laser work done, laser patches, especially like the leather, the faux leather, the parts that come with that, I'll post those so that way she's the go-to for. There's a canoe on the top of that. There's a canoe on the top of canoe on the top of a U-Haul. Yeah, it's different. First time you see that. Yes, lunch today. Did you come up with the name Level Up? So the girls came up with it. It was just trying to figure out a few different things. They came up with the logo by putting the shirt inside the P, but the girls came up with that. And yeah, it is what it is, and we'll see how it all plays out. Safe travels. Thank you very much for the safe travels on that. But yeah, I mean, I could sit and yammer on and on. We've got another. It says, what time is it? It is 9:02. It says we're going to be there at 9:57 now, so we've got another hour in this. I'm going to try and get some work done, but with this wind and the way that it's rocking stuff around, I'm not sure how well that's going to go, because, you know, if you try and move a mouse and it goes here, it goes there, or it might even the wind mixed that with the road of this and that, it's definitely something that may not be most conducive to trying to work in these conditions. Illinois roads, rock and roll, and I can't see anybody on the lane. Another semi that is taking up the left lane. Don't understand it. Why they do that? You know, get over, man. Get over it, especially when Corey's driving. It's crazy. All right. But for the most part, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, chat me up. Like I said, I can sit here. I can see how everybody's doing. We can talk. We can not talk. We can do whatever. But I need participation. If I don't have participation, I'm just talking to myself. And it is what it is. See, Jerry said, truly famous for embarrassing myself all the time. That's an easy one, though, Jerry. I think we've all done that. Where it's like, who is that? Who are you? Or you know somebody as a pair, and you forget which one is which, because, you know, they're always together. Like, you know, Heckle and Jekyll, or Tweedledum and Tweedledummer. You know, you forget which one is which. So you call them the wrong one. They're like, oh, no, I'm this one. Oh, okay. And here's the thing. When you go to these shows, you're going to see, you know, a lot of people that you recognize, you know, whether it's from, you know, the lives that they do, from the videos that they post, from following them on Facebook, for being in their groups, things like that. So don't take this wrong, but you're more vested in them than they are you. And it's just because they don't know. They may know who you are, because if you know, carry on conversation, do things like that. But, you know, they've got thousands upon thousands of people, and some even have millions. And so, you know, they can't remember everyone. So don't be offended if they don't know who you are or remember you. You know, just say, hey, and then, oh, okay. You know, there's times where I have to ask somebody, I'm like, what, you know, tell me again, what's your name? You know, because they'll come right up every time. I'm like, hey, and I try and look at the name badge, so I know the name, and I can try and put two and two together. Because I don't want to feel, I don't want to look like a pompous ass, but at the same time, I don't recognize you, because oh yeah, you're the one with the, you know, the black and white cat, right? Yeah, that's me. Okay, that's why we don't recognize you. So, is there the Shirt Lab Summit? Yes, Shirt Lab Summit is next week. It's the 18th, 19th, I believe, is Shirt Lab Summit. So there's 51 people that are in on that. Said I will post the link and putting all the stuff there for it, so that way you can get in there, get that stuff. Last time I was part of it, I think I finished like third place with most signups, second or third place, which I was pretty excited about that, because that's where I said, hey, it's, you know, the small, to me, I felt the people are just starting off. The people that are doing, you know, let's say 150,000 or less in sales a year, are the ones that really want to learn and really want to take their businesses and grow with it. So they want as much information as they can with it. And if we're able to provide that for them, especially free there with the Shirt Lab Summit, and the amount of the wealth of knowledge, I mean, you're talking about businesses that are doing, you know, 7, 8, and 8 figures, you know, consistently, that are in here. And, you know, these are the people you want to learn from. I want to be the dumbest person in every room, because I want to try and soak up as much knowledge as I can. Now, I know that can't be possible, and I know there's going to be people that I'm going to be in a room with that I know more than. And that's great too, because everybody brings something to the table. Just remember, just because you're surrounded by people who, are what you feel may be more successful than you don't know what's going on, behind their doors. Yeah, they may be, a $10 million business, but they're only bringing in, $50,000 in profit. So they're bringing in next to nothing. They're struggling to get by because the bigger you are, the more problems you have. Don't feel intimidated by them. Talk to them like a real person. Brings your unique ideas to the table. I always try to give more than I take. There's some things that I know about that people don't necessarily know about. I feel I'm pretty well versed in the equity side of things and building up stores and building things like that. And so if I can offer some knowledge on that to people, I do that. There's a lot of businesses that started off, that are still, hey, we're doing this part-time. It's kind of just for the fun money now. We want to turn it into business, and that's where I was. So I can talk about the struggles with that. And, here's the things that we overcame. Here's what we did. And so that's part of who I am and what I do. I can help somebody else grow their business. I'd love to see everybody that we help do, millions of dollars in sales. I'd love to see them crush us in sales department wise, because then I know, hey, I had a part in their success for it. So it is really exciting for it. And to see everybody grow, to see the excitement, see the equipment, to see, all right, I feel good about this and making the leap. The other thing too is that what we find is that, that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, this is a business that is consistently changing. There's new products that come out. There's new services to be had. There's new ways to do things all the time. And if you're always stuck in, no, this is the way to do it, then you're going to get passed by your competition, because they're out there looking for new ways to do things, new things to do. And if you're able to be a part of that too and help them, be like, hey, yeah, have you thought about doing this? No. Well, why not? Well, because it's the way I've always done it. Well, that's not necessarily the way to always do it, right? So here might be a new, fresh look on things, a new way to do it. Believe me, the people that in some of the groups I am super intimidated by, because of what they have to offer, the knowledge, the customer base, the the amount of followers, the amount of subscribers, the amount of things that they do. And so I always try and look at what are they doing and how can I, what is that? Rip off and repeat? Is that R&R? Yeah, the rip off and repeat. What are they doing and how can I do that as well? Because I want to, of course I want to get as many people as we can in our groups, in our things. How many, into our fold, so maybe we can turn those into customers down the road. Are you teaching at Shooting Labs? Congrats. So what this one is it's a virtual summit, so it's all online, so you can do it from the comfort of your PJs. What they did was kind of documentary style. So they had a list of questions, and they were asking people, and then they edited it and put it all together. So here's the different things on it, and here's the different parts of it. So a unique experience with it, because when I originally got it, like I told Allie, ooh, I'm getting a little choked up there. I said I was super intimidated because, the block of time that we set off, I'm like, I didn't know if I could go for an hour on it and how I was going to talk, because it wasn't my exact area of expertise, but how we do things and go with it. And then she's like, no, this is how it's going to work. I'm like, that makes it way better, because here I thought I was going to have to come up with an hour presentation on how things worked. Nope. So this one, it should be a pretty fascinating thing to do. And like I said, it's free. So we'll get the links for you guys. So everybody go sign up for that and enjoy that for it. What service do you use to ship? I think you're asking what we use to ship, Chuck. So we use Pirate Ship. We've had really good luck with them. Pirate Ship also integrates with Equid. So we're able just to put in order numbers and it pulls over the information. And then depending how you set it up, if you have your stuff already set to weights and sizes on that, it pulls all that information there for you. If it's an order that has a consistent Corey, I love Corey. If it's something that is a consistent package that you're doing, then it learns what sizes and weights things are. So Pirate Ship is really good. Plus, the rates on it are pretty substantial. What I mean by that is when we use our UPS account, we've actually found that we were about 30% cheaper using our pirate ship account um, over our UPS account. So it was cheaper to use pirate ship to ship things. Basically, UPS ground anything under a pound is going to be, about $8 to $9 for it. Depending on where it's going. The one thing that you'll get hit with it if somebody on UPS is if somebody lives outside of a shipping zone. So they live in a different shipping zone. You get hit with that added fee on it, which could be as much as like $7 on some places.
Oh no, it could be more like 10 or 12.
It could be 10 or 12. See, Corey handles all the shipping stuff. I don't see it all the time. But average range is going to be $8 to $10 to ship. So our flat rate at $9.99. By the time you figure box things like that, we don't make anything off. Some we make a little more, some we lose on, but it all comes out there. So you figure you got the cost of the box, you got the cost of the packaging, the cost of everything that goes along with that. But it's fairly reasonable to get done. Now, you can use something like the Priority First Class. You have two options. You have USPS and you have UPS. And you can get shipped out with USPS for as little as like $3, $4. So it just really depends on what it is, like decals and things like that. You can get out there, but some of it you can get out, $7-ish. So it's definitely something to really look forward to, and it definitely is something that we use, every day for it. Jerry says, I like Pirate Ship. I did not know integrated with Equid. So much to learn. Yeah, there's a lot of things that can integrate with Equid. If you go to the app side of it and just start looking at the Equid apps. Oh, there's a vehicle on the shoulder road ahead. Thanks, Waze, for letting me know that, there is a semi up there on the right-hand side. Oh, no, there's a car and a semi. There's a car and a semi. Hopefully that car didn't get hit by a semi. Nope, that car's got an orange tag, so that means it's already been checked and everything's fine there. There is a blown tire there, so I wonder if that is the semi's blown tire. We don't know. We'll go from there. That helped me price my DFT transfers, right? Price them as much as you can get, my man. I like when we went through. It's another vehicle on the shoulder road. When we went through everything, we found about the sweet spot because you're gonna have things that screw up. You're gonna have their DTF because DFT is not real. We know this. DFT is not real. DTF, right? You're not gonna make it work Long Beach. But when we went through things and where we're at, cost of materials, inks, things like that, and then the amount of stuff that you go through to make a print, right? You're gonna have reprints. Everybody screws up. Nothing's perfect. You're gonna have days where the prints are bad, and you're gonna realize it 20, 30 feet in the material. So when you look at what your cost is to print, hey, factor all that stuff in there. I never want to be the lowest person out there. And one of the reasons that is, the road's horrible. One of the reasons is when you're the lowest, it seems that you get the lowest priced customers as well. And they always seem to be, the biggest sweet spot that we found was, on the 10-foot, 11.5 by 10-foot sheets, $4.50 a sheet. So roughly all of our bulk order, $4.50 a square foot. That's what we found to work for a good sweet spot. Now, when somebody orders bulk more, like you're ordering, 60, 70, 80, 100 feet of stuff, hey, let's look at pricing and see what we can do for you. It just really depends. Our next price break is at 100 square feet. But I feel when you look at a lot of the competitors that are out there, especially the big names, and they're not at that sub-$3, that sub-$4, sub-$3 market. Why? Because they don't want to be. So that's where we look at we should want to be there. So I am comfortable in saying not knowing what your film costs, what your ink costs, what any of that is. $4.50 a square foot is where you should be at for it. The other thing too is that when you price super low and you have issues with things, and you have to have somebody else print for you, what happens now? If you're already the lowest out there, you're at $3 a square foot, right? Here's the lowest I can be at it. What happens when you have to have somebody else print for you? And now you're paying somebody else to print for you for jobs. So yeah, I'm comfortable for DTF transfers, not DFT. I'm not down for the transfer. You know, I am down for the transfer. It's DTF. That's what we're going with. But that's where I'd say 450 is where you need to be at for it. All right. I think I'm gonna get out of here. The road is getting wonky donkey. We've got about half hour, 45 minutes to go. I know some of you are hitting on the road as well. So we'll be back Monday, morning mindset on Monday. Duh, that's what we do. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, morning mindset next week. Also, look for my links. I'll make sure to, as soon as I get off this, to post those in the group. I'll post those on my page. So there's all the information for the Shirt Lab Summit. So that is coming. And next Tuesday, for Tuesday with Todd, providing we don't have any major catastrophes like this week that did it, we're going to review the trade show, what we learned, what we saw, who we talked to, things we did. We're going to talk about that on Tuesday with Todd. So I think until then, I think that's it. We're going to call it a show. Thanks so much for joining us. Remember, like, subscribe, share, do all that. It helps us grow. It helps algorithms. We appreciate that so much. You guys have an amazing day. Peace, love, press on. We'll see you guys next time.